Let's change our differential fluid. Things you're gonna need: gear oil, a pump for the gear oil, and the new gasket. This is a Chrysler 9 1/4 Diff, and of course, a tool. I think this is a 13, and we'll see when we get under there. And oh yeah, a pan. I like to park on an incline when I drain it, but when you go to fill it, you're gonna want it to be pretty straight and horizontal. Locate your differential. Slide up under your truck or car or whatever. First thing we gotta do is break all these bolts loose. Put your pan under the diff, because once that cover is cracked, it's coming out. If you have an electric ratchet, switch to it. If not, just keep going. See the fluid starting to come out? I use royal purple in mine. Still has a nice purpley hue to it. That's a good sign. I put new gears in this diff, ran it around for the 500-mile break-in period, changed the oil. Now it's got about 3,000 miles on it, so I just want to change it again. Check to make sure everything's okay. There you go. Then let it drain out, because you still got a bunch on the bottom here. What I typically do is use my hand and scoop it. There's a magnet down here, so you're going to want to check that and try to get any of the metallic slime out of it. See that? That's all metal from it wearing. Just try to brush it all out of there. I wouldn't go so far as to put brake clean in this. That magnet does a good job of catching all the metal bits. Alright, we'll just let it run out for a little bit. Take off your old gasket. Set it aside. If you have a bunch of material on here you want to clean off, now's the time to do it. Get a scraper and scrub, scrub, scrub. Get your new gasket. Make sure it's going to fit, first of all. There's lots of different styles of these gaskets out there, so just make sure you get the right one. There you go. Looks good. And once you're happy with how much fluid has dripped out of there, I like to put the upper bolt in first, so I'm going to thread the bolt through the gasket like that. And line it up till it catches some threads, and then I just put all these in loosely, lining up the gasket as I go. You start top and then towards the bottom. Again, just making sure the gasket isn't shifting too much. This is a pretty easy process. Changing differential oil really is good for your gears and your clutch packs. To try to do it once in a while. I know there's recommended service intervals, but I'm doing mine after 3,000 miles. That's because it has fresh gears in it and clutch packs. So I really want to make sure that I take care of those because they're new. But after today, I'm probably not going to change it for another 15,000 miles. I'll have to look at the service interval on it. But doing gears really sucks. It's not something I want to do all the time. So just make sure I take care of these as best I can. The gasket has a couple of spaces up at the top that the holes aren't wanting to play nice with us, but just keep at it and you'll get it threaded in. There we go. And you just run these down. You should go in a crisscross pattern, so we'll do that one first. This one. The manual literally just says get them snug. It doesn't give me a torque for these, which is kind of annoying. So I'm just going to put a feel on it until I'm happy with it. And you'll see a lot of times people will put RTV on there, some sort of gasket maker. I don't think that's 100% necessary, but for peace of mind, doesn't hurt. Now that the gasket is in place and the old oil is out, we're going to take the fill plug off of there. Just pry it out with your fingers. And this is the part where these pumps come in handy. You just take off the lid, screw on the pump. A lot of times I don't even screw it in. Put the hose in it. and just start pumping. It's going to take about 3 quarts. Empty. When one bottle is done, you just switch it out. Two quarts down. You see how we have some dribbles coming out of here? That's when you know to stop. That means it's flush with the plug. You won't be able to see that, I'm sure, but it's right here. If you get some on your finger, you know you got enough. Then you just slap the plug back on there. And that's it. Make sure you get some gear oil that's right for your differential. If you have clutch packs in it, you're going to want some with that friction modifier, or you can add your own. I think this royal purple stuff is pretty good, so that's what I run. It's a simple job, but not a lot of people want to do it, so don't be scared of it. It's just taking the cover off and putting the cover back on, basically. Then go drive it around and make sure it's not leaking or anything. Check your bolts once in a while, make sure they're tight still, and that's how you change your differential fluid. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, make sure you leave them down in the comments. As always, thanks for watching.